Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about growing lettuce in AeroGarden again. So I posted a video on YouTube and some pictures on Instagram and a few other hydroponic channels, and I've gotten a lot of questions about the process. So today we are going to answer a few more questions. So the first question is how many plants can you actually put in the AeroGarden before it begins to crowd out too much? And so a few people believe that they can actually add more plants than just 3. And I mentioned in the last video that I only do 3 because they will crowd each other out and they'll just squeeze for space. And I actually have been harvesting to keep it small. Like this one here has been harvested here, and so that's why it's not spreading out as much. And then I haven't cut these guys off yet, and as you can see, they're spreading and they will continue to grow. And here we have just 3 plants, and I actually have a few little plants in the back that I grow in the water bottle system. Just having 3 plants is already too much for the unit. And so, you know, here's a space right here. You really cannot put anything there or anywhere in the back right there because there's no space left. So I don't recommend putting more. You can try to squeeze them in if you want to, but I think 3 plants is quite a lot. And also with 3 plants, they do drink a lot once they get to this size. And so if you put more plants, you know, they're not going to grow much because they're going to be constantly fighting for space, and one of the plant may, you know, choke the other ones out by, you know, spreading the leaves and then covering the other plants, and then they will not grow. So I think 3 is a perfect number for the bounty. This is the bounty unit. The next question is, how often do I change nutrients? So in the beginning, when the plants were small, 1 gallon will last all the way up to 25 days. If you fill it up, it'll be there for 25 days. And then as they get to this size right here, they do drink a lot more. So the time would probably cut down to half. So a full tank would be probably 2 weeks, or maybe even less, depending on how much you're going to harvest. So if you cut the plants and you know and remove some leaves, they will reduce the uptake. So if you leave the plants large like this, they will take more, and so it would be between, you know, 10 to 14 days before you have to, you know, either change it out or refill. So the next question is, how do you change nutrients? Do you refill or do you add more? So you know, if the tank has been there for 20 days or longer, replace it with the entire new batch of nutrients. But if the plants get big like this and they just constantly drinking the nutrients down, you can just add a few times. Just, you know, fill it up and do it around 2 to 3 times, and then switch it out for the brand new fresh batch. That would be best because it will guarantee that your plants will look healthy and fresh, and there's no imbalance in the nutrients and all that stuff. Another question, which is a really good question, is, do I pH my system? And this question is actually really important, and you should pH your system. But for me, I don't pH the system. I basically add water, and then I add the 5 milliliter of nutrients per 1 gallon of water, and I just add it to here. And it seems to work for me, but it could be, you know, where I live, my water could be, you know, at certain pH. I think it's usually around 8 or 7.8 to 8 pH. And then when I added the nutrients, it drops a little bit and it's fine. So depending on where you live, you may want to check the pH just to make sure that it's, you know, it's in sync. And it should be around 6. 5.9 to 6 is usually the good number. That's the magic number for me. So if you see issues with your plants, check. pH should be the first thing you check, and diagnose it that way. Okay, and so the next question is, how often can you harvest and how long the plants will stay alive? So if you harvest 1 or 2 leaves around, you know, 5 to 6 days, the next leaf will be the same size again. So they grow very, very fast, guys. You'll be amazed. So you know, just cut the leaves as you need them, and then let them grow back. All you have to do is make sure you watch for you know, when the nutrients low, and also watch for signs. You know, if your plant is withering or having spots or stuff like that. So oftentimes when your nutrients is out of balance, it will cause plants to have issues. So on the edges you will have like a little burn, or the leaves will have spots and stuff like that. So when you see stuff like that, make sure to check your pH, change out for fresh nutrients, and then, you know, go from there. If the problems you know, persist, what you should do is give the plants some fresh water, wash out the system, give it fresh water for around 12 hours, let the system cycle, and then when you pour that out, change the nutrients to half strength, and let that cycle through, and that should usually fix the problem. And then how high is the light hood from the plants? That's another question. I usually put it around 4 to 5 inches above lettuce. For pepper plants, I get it pretty close because pepper plants need intensity. So lettuce, you can put it a little bit higher. And don't put it too high, because if you put it way high, you will notice that the plants will start to reach, and they stretch and they grow skinny, and then they fall over. If your plants start to go skinny and fall over, the first sign is the light intensity is not strong enough, so you need to lower your lights. I think that's probably all I have for now, and your plants will stay alive for 50 to 60 days. Grown inside, the condition is always cool. My temperature in the house is around 72 to 73 degrees Fahrenheit at all times, and so it is perfect for lettuce. They will grow extremely fast, they will produce nice tender leaves, and they taste great. They don't have you know, any strange taste. They taste very fresh. That's how I usually describe it, fresh and watery. So they taste more watery than you grow them in soil. And the leaves are also much more tender and crunchy than the ones you grow in soil. It's always clean if you keep your space clean, and you will have lettuce to enjoy for a very long time. So again, don't harvest the whole entire plant unless you plan to get rid of the batch and start over. But if you don't, you know, just harvest a few leaves right here and just cut them back, and then the inner leaves will keep growing, and they'll get the size of the outer leaves again, and then you can start over and start over. So start with one plant, then go to the next, and then go to the next, and then you start over, and then this one's ready again, and then you go down the line all over again. So I hope you enjoy this, and I hope I answer some of the questions that you have. And grow these plants, guys. They're so much fun. They grow so fast. You can see them grow each day. If you have children, they would love this project, and you will also have fresh vegetable to enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.